Hello, everybody. This is the Caped Avenger once again here to warmly warmly welcome you to episode, whatever the hell number we're on, 10 now? 10 of Dawn Somewhere Discoveries. And actually, before I head down, I suppose I should explain where I am. The more observant among you may have noticed that I am currently standing on top of McNally's Pyramid, which he's been building above Binlal's Keep. And I thought, to start this episode off, I might climb to the top of it, give you a view. Here's a good place. I'd hate to fall off, so let's be careful. Here's a good place to get a view. Isn't that nice? You can see desert, jungle, and little lagoon down there. Very nice looking. So I thought I'd just take a look around. It's quite an endeavor. I am quite impressed at the effort that's gone into this, and I can't wait to see what it becomes. But in the meantime, also I should mention I've received permission to build on it from McNally, which makes me very happy. I may do that. I may choose not to, because it's kind of weird building a city on the side of a pyramid. Not exactly the best place for architecture. Not what I would have chosen, but, if I'd like, I can go back and place back that lava fall that I mentioned in the last video that I so loved. So I think I'm going to get around to doing that. I haven't yet, because, things to do and whatnot. But here we are, as you can see. Oh wow, I thought the world was rendering here, but nope, there is really nothing there. I am glad I didn't walk there. But once the world renders, you'll be able to see that my boat's still there, and I've done a little work on the boardwalk. I've made a boardwalk over there with a little hole for boats, and I'm rather happy with that. I think it's nice looking. What's this? As you can see, there's a frame for another boat right there, but I did not do that, so I'm not sure when that was put there. Might have been Binlal. Or maybe it was McNally. I don't know. I'll find out. But, as you can see, we're going to have a nice little fleet in no time. And, you may also notice a nice little wooden... There we go. Nice little wooden shack. I've, set that up for a specific reason, and that is to be a mining outpost. Because, I haven't mined yet on camera. And there's a reason for that. I generally find it's not too interesting to watch, just wandering around caves, digging coal. But I figure, why the hell not? I thought I might as well just show off some of my mining techniques. Not that they're particularly noteworthy, but it would give me an excuse to, just chat about some stuff, take a look around, see what we're doing. That actually reminds me. I did have something to talk about this episode, which is that, as you may have noticed, my YouTube name has changed very slightly. Gravel. Has changed very slightly. I am now not the Caped Avenger, definite, but a Caped Avenger, indefinite. And, that was a result of me disconnecting my YouTube channel from Google+. Which is a decision I made for a multitude of reasons, but the one that pushed it over the edge was that I couldn't choose an avatar unless I disconnected, which was because Google Plus didn't like my name, because obviously they only allow profiles with real names. You're only allowed to have a Google Plus profile if you are an individual. You cannot have a profile for a corporation, a band of gentlemen, or a character. So that was a problem. Somehow I guess they decided that the Caped Avenger isn't on my birth certificate, so they disabled some of my account privileges, which was quite aggravating. But I suppose it was a blessing in disguise, because it gave me an excuse to disconnect my profile from this stupid thing. I really rather dislike Google. I've had... I mean, I'm no expert on the subject. I'm not a major tech guy. But, just from what I've seen in my interactions with YouTube and Google Plus, I don't know. Google kind of creeps me out. I'd like to discontinue my association with them as much as possible, but it's not all that possible, I suppose, because they have really done a very good job of achieving a monopoly on my life and everything I do on the internet. Now they own YouTube, they own the Google search engine, they own Docs. I mean, really, Google provides... Google really does have pretty much a monopoly on my internet life, which, I mean... which I rather disagree with on principle. So I try to... I am trying to change that in the little ways. For example, whenever I can, I now use DuckDuckGo as my search engine rather than Google. Which, I'm not going to lie, does cause some inconvenience, because despite Google's faults, they do have efficiency on their side. Google is very nice, snappy, to the point, good results. And of course, I've been using it for so long, I'm used to its interface, which is the iPhone principle, I suppose. Just, if you keep throwing the same layout at people year after year after year, then eventually they'll just be uncomfortable with anything else. But, oh, here come a few guys. Let's deal with them. As you can see, I'm wearing no armor. I have not relaxed my no armor principle right now. I don't intend to for a very long while. I may if I ever get involved in PvP, but for PvE, nah, absolutely not worth it. And speaking of PvP, there have been some plans on for a slightly interesting server-wide event. I'm not going to say too much, partially because it'll be more exciting if it's a surprise, and partially because I don't have a guarantee that it's... Oh, nice. That spider secret service to me. And partially because I don't have a guarantee that it's going to happen, but I think it will. I don't want to say too much more at the moment, but keep an eye out for that, because I think it'll be fun. In any case, here we are dealing with some mobs. Oh, jeez, there's a lot of stuff. I wonder what's... Oh my god. I wonder what's going on over there. Spawner, maybe? Or, no, I suppose it's just the algorithm getting up to... Oh, shoot. Getting up to nasty business. Oof. Keeps things interesting, I'll give it that. But, anyway. What else is there to talk about? You know. Actually, I've had an interesting day. I went to a reading by Martin Amis, who is a author, for those of you who don't know, British-born. I don't know too much about him. I will admit that I have never read any of his books. This was the first time I'd heard him speak, and he is an interesting fellow. Very, very bright, very clever. I certainly enjoyed it. In preparation for the event, I read an excerpt from one of his books, the first few pages of... shoot, I can't remember the title. I really should have pulled it up. London Fields, maybe? Something like that? Oh, I'm butchering this. I'm so sorry. But, something like that. And he has quite a unique style. It's, which I appreciate. I appreciate a unique and easily identifiable style in fiction writing and poetry and that kind of thing, because, I mean, there are just so many books out there. I mean, this may sound ignorant, but it's what I've experienced. And in my experience, I found that unless you sort of do something to stand out, I'm going to need some convincing to pick up your book. But if you do something to stand out, then I'm sort of, oh, what's this guy doing? He looks interesting. Why don't I keep reading and find out? And Martin Amis says, ow! Ow! No, don't die! One of those styles. A few other examples. E. E. Cummings, for example. I'm a big fan of E. E. Cummings. I like his poetry, just because sort of the sort of the stream of consciousness type thing he has going on. I think it's, I don't know. I think it's really just attractive to me, because there's one level on which it's kind of takes you back to sort of a childlike state of mind, just looking at the flow, not bothering with punctuation, really, unless you have a good reason for putting it there. It's just like, who cares about any of that stuff? Not to say that punctuation doesn't matter. I love grammar. I am a grammar buff. Grammar is one of my great joys, really, which shouldn't really come as a surprise, considering I hang out on the internet. But there you go. I do love grammar. I think it's a lot of fun, sort of learning the mechanics behind the way we speak. Because there's this very interesting thought that I saw the other day on. I was watching Vsauce, which some of you might know. It's a interesting channel on YouTube, and every now and again they put out some, just a 10-minute video on some obscure, interesting science or history type topic. And they did one on fonts, on specifically Comic Sans. And one interesting thought they mentioned is that when you communicate with someone via the internet, you have no way of typing without using a font. Every word you type is in a font, and without that font, you cannot type. You cannot type without using a font, which is, it's rather obvious, I suppose, but it's one of those obvious thoughts that sort of blows your mind when you think about it. Like, you can't type without a font. There is no sort of default generic font. Every font is a font. I'm not sure if I'm making sense here, but I suppose I'll get to the point. The point is, it's rather the same way with words. You can't speak without a language. You cannot express your thoughts without a language. And so, given that, it just, which language you choose should make a very large difference as to how you can express those thoughts, because it's the only way you can express those thoughts. It shapes it shapes the way we communicate ideas. And of course, there's got to be something lost in translation every time you convert an idea into words. So I think it's an important thing to think about, and that's why, the idea of language is a kind of a hotly debated social issue, with racial slurs and whatnot, what's acceptable to say, what's not acceptable to say. I don't know, I like thinking about these things, and it seems I've come out in the middle of our little port here. That's interesting. Marvel at the interconnectedness of all things. That's good. I now have a quick, efficient way into a cave. I like it. Love it when things work out like that. But I do like thinking about these things. And I suppose, speaking of which, I should mention that currently there is another episode of Let's Talk Content in the works. For those of you who haven't seen it, my first episode was about Sonic Rainboom. In that episode, I watched Sonic Rainboom for the first time, and just sort of gave out my thoughts as I watched, and what I thought they did right, what I thought could have been done better. And oh boy, I'm gonna get screwed. I think I just hit an enderman. But as I was saying, and that was the format I chose for the first episode, and I don't know if I really like how it turned out. I mean, granted, I could have had better material to work with, because, Sonic, as I said multiple times in the video, Sonic Rainboom didn't really give me that much to talk about, but I don't know if it was all that interesting, that format, so I'm going to be doing something slightly different for episode 2, and And you can expect those with less frequency than you can expect the Minecraft videos. I'll really put them up whenever I feel like it. You know, maybe once a month is too often. I don't know. Whatever happens, happens. I shouldn't really say anything because it's kind of up in the air. But, ow! Oh, okay. That might have been dangerous. In fact, it was doubtless dangerous. There's very little doubt in my mind that that was, in fact, dangerous. Let's chow down. There we go. Oh, lava and redstone. Lovely. Alright, we've got about a stack of iron, which I am more than satisfied with, so... Not sure how long I've been going, but it's probably around 15 minutes. That's the length I like to keep my videos, in general, 10-15 minutes. I think that's kind of ideal, because, you know, obviously there are some YouTubers I follow, some Let's Players I follow, who make videos much longer than that, and I watch them and enjoy them. But I think for somebody who's just small and just starting out, like myself, it's putting a lot of confidence in your ability to be consistently interesting to make a half-hour video. And also a lot of confidence in your audience's attention span, but as we have found out from successful Let's Players, people are willing to listen for a long time as long as what they're listening to is good. That's why I don't really buy when people say that, oh, kids these days with their iPhones and their screens everywhere, they don't have any attention span. Well, I don't think that's true, or else kids wouldn't be sitting through movies, they wouldn't be sitting through all sorts of things. I think it's just a matter of the quality of the thing. I think people tend to overblow the idea that, you know, iPhones are ruining people's attention spans. I think, if anything, it's Michael Bay that's ruining people's attention spans. Just like, why? Like, I don't blame you if you're texting your friend while watching Transformers, because, I mean, why would you go to Transformers to pay avid attention through all the dialogue scenes? Like, if you want to go to Transformers, fine. I went to Transformers, you know. I went to Transformers too. It was a few years ago, you know. I was younger and stupider, but still. I mean, I went to them, and I didn't have a terrible time. It's fine if you just want to see explosions and action. I mean, that's a genre. I have respect for that genre. But, if you're gonna watch it right. Don't... And by watch it right, I mean, don't watch it attentively. Because if you watch it attentively, then I feel like... If you watch it attentively and then complain about it afterwards, well, yeah, you're not supposed to watch it attentively. It's not the movie's fault, you're doing it wrong. But anyway, I think that about wraps up this episode. I'm just gonna head back to my inn, cook up my stuff. Oh, this wasn't here before. Nice little hut. And, I guess that about does it. Let's just climb over this hill. Hup. Oops, missed. Hup, 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 hup. Mad parkour. There we go. And through the trees. Shortcut. And back home. So, there we go. That's, ooh, I didn't do that. I wonder who did that. Oh, somebody made a chicken farm. That's hilarious. I didn't do that. I guess that was Binlal. Nice. Well, that works out very well. So, ooh, I'm getting sidetracked. On that note, I think I'm going to say goodbye. So, see you next time, folks.